Hello there, my name is Andrew Druckman, and I want to welcome you to the channel because after all, the reason why you clicked that link is because you want to learn how to get more clients for landscaping. Well, guess what? You just came to the right place because that's exactly what we are going to be talking about today. Now, if you haven't done so already yet, consider subscribing to Traffic Magic because that is what we do. We talk about different tips and strategies to help you get more people to the front door of your business every single day. Because after all, if you have nobody at the front door of your business, you have no business because that is the bloodline to your business. And also something to keep in mind, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below that's going to give you more of an in-depth training on how to get more people to the front door of your business every single day. Now, without further ado, let's get into the action. So, my very first tip I'm going to share with you when it comes to getting more clients for landscaping is going ahead and signing up for lead generation sites like, for example, intriguemedia.com. Now, I want to be very clear about something that even though this is a paid service that you're going to be signing up for when it comes to intriguemedia.com, should you decide to go this route, that does not necessarily mean that we're not going to be going over some free ways to be able to get more people to the front door of your business. It's just the reason why that I want to talk about lead generation sites like intriguemedia.com is because the truth of the matter is if you do have some money, excuse me, that you have aside that you want to invest into your business, this is actually, believe it or not, is a really great way to do it as long as you do it correctly. Now, that and also, last but not least on this, as we're going to talk about this, speaking of doing it correctly, the other thing I want to talk about lead generation sites or any type of paid advertising, understand that when you get clients to the front door of your business, what you have to understand is that just because they give you those leads does not necessarily mean that you can't go out there or that you should not go out there and still close out on those leads and still nurture those leads, because that was actually one of the mistakes, believe it or not, that I made. Is I thought just because of the fact that you have paid some type of paid traffic or paid advertising and the people at the front door of your business are just going to buy your product. And that was one of the mistakes I learned early on in my journey, is that you still have to go out there and nurture those leads. So do not make the same mistake that I did. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting that you go ahead and give Intrigue Media a try and honestly and give them a call and honestly look into this is because for me personally, one of the things of what I'm going to be talking about throughout this video, believe it or not, is once you take the time to go out there and you nurture those leads, you close out on those leads, and especially you get free content, which we're going to talk about that in a second. But the main reason why I want to talk about this is because what I'm going to talk about again throughout the entire video is that once you took the time to close out on those leads and they leave positive reviews for you, the truth of the matter is that speaks volumes to your business. It says a lot about your business when other people are talking about how great your services are, and you asking them to leave positive reviews and positive testimonials for your business versus you talking about how great your business is. So I really hope that makes sense. If you actually want to learn more, read more about their success stories, go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom of this video where it says resources, click on success stories, and you can go read something for yourself. I already read some for myself, and I also looked it up on my iPhone, and they actually also have videos of other people talking about how great their services is. So don't sleep on it if you got the money for it. Now, once you took the time to get those leads, you nurture those leads, you close down those leads, this is what you do. You take before and after pictures and or video of that, and you have content now you can use throughout your business, especially when you ask them to leave a positive review for you. Because after all, think about it for a second. You just sat there and you did some really good work for them. So obviously, if you ask them to leave a positive review for you, then of course they're going to want to do that. So what do? You take all that info of what you got, then you go ahead and you create your website on mightysites.com. And the truth of the matter is that if you want to get started on creating your website today, you can go ahead and click that start free trial button. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description down below, where I think it's like a 7-day, I can't remember, it's whether 7 or 14-day free trial run, and you pay $9 a month for your website. Now, understand something about this when it comes to building out your website. These people, right? These people at mightysites.com, they have tutorials on how to build out your website. And understand, it doesn't have to be anything complex or complicated or anything along those lines, as long as it's simple, clean, and attractive. That's all that matters. But that's what you do, right? Take all that content, the free content, before and after pictures, and or video, and or combination of. You post that on your website. You also want to post some type of bio talking about, hey, my name is so and so. This is how long I've been doing this for. I'm passionate about this. Whatever it is, that people are going to look at and think, wow, like this guy, this person knows what it is that they're talking about. They're really passionate about it. That's going to kind of draw people to you. And also, you want to make sure you put your contact information on there, whether it be like a phone number, email address, etc., so that this way they can actually take the time to get in contact with you. Now, once you took in the time, you build out your website. Oh, and leave your positive testimonials for you. Leave your positive reviews for you that you got on your website. And then once you take all that, and then you have that on your website, you go ahead and you post, and then at that point you post that website on Google Business Profile, which is also Google My Business, right? And you create a free account through Google My Business, and then you post your website there. And keep in mind, just because you post your website there doesn't necessarily mean that you can't still post. You can't post pictures on there, because you can still post pictures on there. Your phone number and your positive testimonials on there. Because again, understand something. It speaks a lot to your business, and it says a lot about you when other people are taking the time to speak highly of your services, because after all, you deliver them really good service, right? So it's a very, very, very powerful thing. I can't stress that enough. Now, the next part I want to talk about, excuse me, is that what I want you to understand is the reason why I'm going to tell you go ahead and take advantage of the internet and social media, which we're about to get into social media in a second. But the reason why I'm going to tell you to take advantage of the internet and social media is because everybody and their mama and their mama's mama, they moved over to the internet. They moved over to social media. And the truth of the matter is, if you're not taking advantage of the internet and social media, I personally think you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table and doing yourself a total disservice, because we're way past the day and age where people are flipping through the yellow pages and reading up news articles on other businesses to help solve their problem and fulfill their needs. So understand, these are some very powerful things of where we're at in today's day and age. Now, when it comes to social media, there are numerous amount of social media websites that you can take advantage of if you want to. Like for today, it's going to be for Facebook, or you can take advantage of YouTube, Instagram, etc. There's many different platforms to take advantage of. But what I want you to understand, though, is that some social media platforms work a little bit different than others, but they're all pretty much about the same. But the main thing I'm going to tell you, though, when it comes to taking advantage of social media, right, is the main thing I'm going to tell you to do. First things first is to go ahead and create your free account on, say, for today's example, is going to be Facebook, right? Build out your Facebook page and make sure everything is going to be surrounding your niche, surrounding your business, right? Making sure everything is congruent. You're posting, your background picture, and also before and after of your content, right? And also go in different social media platforms under there, in this particular case, in different Facebook groups in your local area, or wherever it is that you live nearby, that you can go ahead and provide people services that people are going to want to use your service, right? And you want to make sure not only you posting on there, not only you posting on your Facebook page, you're going I will also tell you, go ahead and post in these different Facebook groups, and you're posting before and after pictures, and this also, for example, this is also something I want to talk about here, where you're posting about yourself. You're looking to provide services for people, and this person, believe it or not, right? Hi, I'm Anthony, an 18-year-old who's starting my own lawn mowing and landscaping business. This is a great example of this. Look at this. It definitely looks like it was very well thought out, and so much so that as a result of it, it looked like he got two potential leads, and it's really that simple, because you have to be willing to put yourself out there. So I really hope that that makes sense, and this person clearly is willing to do that, right? And you have to make sure you're engaging with these people in these Facebook groups, right? You want to make sure you're engaging with these people in these Facebook groups. Here's also another example: now accepting new clients, and you want to make sure you're engaging with them, and as you're engaging with them, also post content in there, and so that this way they can see your work. They can see that you're the go-to person to help solve their problem and fulfill their needs, because after all, they're going to get to know, like, and trust you through your free content, because they're going to see again that you're the person that's going to help solve their problem and fulfill their needs, right? And that's a great way to build relationships with people, is not only are they going to get to know you through free content, but also engaging with them as well. Now, another thing what you can do is create a lead magnet, a lead magnet, right? So this is the whole point of a lead magnet. For what I want to explain to you is that what you do is you give them something for free in exchange for their email address, so that this way you can keep selling to them later on down the road. Now, just an example of something you can give away for free. You can give away a free ebook. Maybe the ebook might very well be on lawn care, on maybe common problems that people run into, or seasonal lawn care, things that they can do to help preserve their lawn. Right, and these are just some examples of what you can give away for free in exchange for their email address. Right, and last but not least, the last thing I'm going to, well, actually, there's two things I'm going to tell you. I apologize. The second to last thing I'm going to tell you is go ahead, and as you get their email address, you want to build out your email marketing list. And the truth of the matter is, even though it's always a good idea, well, obviously you're going to want to go out there, as I talked about, whether it being paid or free services, or paid or free traffic, excuse me. Even though obviously you're going to want to go out there and get that traffic. But here's the thing about this: is when you have your own emailing list, that's your emailing list. That is a very, very powerful thing. When you have your traffic and you took the time to nurture those leads, you closed out on those leads, and you have that list right there is your traffic, and can't nobody take that away from you. So that's a very powerful thing. Do not underestimate the power of your email list when you've taken the time to constantly keep building a relationship with your emailing list. And last but not least, if you absolutely have to, if you have to go out into your local areas and create flyers and pass out flyers in your local area and go door to door to get leads to the front door of your business, by all means, go ahead and do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because even if you just so happen to go by someone's front door, and even say if you don't necessarily slip them the flyer underneath their door, even if you hand it to them, have a conversation with them, tell them, hey, my name is so and so, I'm kind of working around this area, I'm looking to earn other people's business. I'm telling you, it's a very, very powerful thing to be able to put yourself out there. So I can't express that enough. So that's going to be the end of today's video. So if you felt like you got some value out of this, leave a like for me. I would really appreciate it. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And also, last but not least, just as a reminder, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below that's going to give you more of an in-depth training on how to get more people to the front door of your business every single day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.